Hi, join me today as I turn this t-shirt into the cutest doggy t-shirt ever. So a couple of measurements you're going to need to make. One, you need to go from where the collar of your dog is along unto their tailbone starts right here. You want to make sure that your t-shirt is long enough to cover their rear. It's okay if it's a little bit too long, but you don't want your t-shirt too short. Then you're going to want the measurement across the back, just below or right behind her leg here. So right here, wherever her leg meets, to the other side across the back. So we're also going to see how much she measures. You don't want this to be too tight. And also, you don't want this measurement to be extremely large either, or it's going to hang off your dog. All right, so here are the measurements that I took. So here was across the back, right below the leg. Here was her length, and then her neck is 12. Let me show you how this corresponds to the t-shirt. Isn't it cute? Got a little dog on it. So I thought it'd be a really cute. Now this is going to go, even though this is the front of the t-shirt, this is going to go on her back. Measured it. This is going to be the back. So what we want to do is we want to turn it over and we're going to cut right down the neck. So again, this is the back of the t-shirt and we just cut it in half. I am going to measure the collar here. And this measures 17, 18 if I stretch it. So it would be big enough to go around her neck. It's actually a little bit large for my dog. I do want it to go over her head, so I'm not gonna make it 12 inches. But since it's about 16 unstretched, so I'm gonna take an inch off of each side, and then that's where they need to come together. That'll give me about 14. I want it to go over her head. Wrap it around, give myself an inch on each side, just overlap it. So there's 2 inches altogether because here's my inch on this one, here's my inch on this one. I'm going to pin it right there in the middle. That is where I want my pieces to come together. All right, so here it's basically, I don't know, I'm going to call it the YODA shirt, where it kind of crosses over. So we're going to take that midpoint and we're going to cross it over to where that sleeve comes together, right here. Just like this. Then we would do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to stretch it over. Cross over to where that sleeve is, right there. Just like that. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to safety pin those instead of straight pins. I'm going to try it on her, make sure it goes over her neck, make sure it fits on her back okay, before we trim up the rest of it. Okay, it's fitting nicely. So here's where it crosses over. We'll sew that. And the other thing that I did is I marked the length. Next, I want to cut the length and then almost like a saddle. So I'm going to leave a seam allowance about 5/8 of an inch right under that arm piece where the safety pin is, and then all the way across the tailbone. I'm drawing my line just a little bit longer than I want it because I'm going to be adding a hem. Then I need to remove the pins
only removed one, and then I'm going to take that mark right under the arm and go across over to the other arm. This is just on one side. Now I'll just fold it in half, and then I'm going to cut both sides at the same time. So I only have it drawn on one side. Want to make sure that it's lined up on both sides so that it's symmetrical. Using your sharp scissors, just cut along the sides. Pin it back up.
Okay guys, so depending on how much you know about sewing, if you don't even have a sewing machine, literally that's really all you need to do is make the cut, because on t-shirt material it doesn't really ravel. So you could just put it on your dog like this. You would need to have a needle and thread though. So needle and thread, and then you're going to tack it at the neck and at the two corners where you put the safety pins. So that's all you would need to do, and you could just slip it on your dog and you would already have your cute little dog t-shirt. I am going to make mine look a little bit more finished, and so what I want to put, now I can just hem the end, but what I'm going to actually do is put this t-shirt ribbing around it. This t-shirt ribbing, I found some, is sold by the yard. They only had white. You see the little ribs in it? They only had white and black at the store that I had, and it cost me, I think, after I used my coupon, $2.50 for this much ribbing, and of course I can use it on several t-shirts. And I'm going to use it all the way around the edge here, just to give it a little bit more finished look. And let's see how I'm going to do that.
So I started by cutting 2 inches of ribbing off, and then just sewing it on one side all the way around on that saddle cut. And then I flipped it over and then sewed right on it, did a top stitch right on top. And finally I crisscrossed it over and sewed a straight stitch to hold those together. So there you go, that's it. Really, seriously, for under $2 I made this sweet little t-shirt. And since t-shirts come in all different sizes, dogs come in all different sizes, don't spend a ton of money on dog clothes, just make your own. Hey, if you stuck around this long, go ahead and check out some of my other videos and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by.